Okay, moving on to the personal / miscellaneous questions. And of course, we are gonna start with the most important question of all time. Are you a woman? I thought this was a joke at first. I know this one is a joke because of the comment, but this one is a real, genuine person asking me, are you a woman? And yes, I am. Maybe someone's watching this video right now thinking the same thing, but they were too afraid to offend me to ask. So yes, I am. And this has not been like a rare question. I've gone asked this so many times over the years, ever since I was still playing Minecraft on this channel, which brings me nicely to the next section of questions here. Why did I put on the Google Forms, no Minecraft questions allowed? Why don't I want to answer any questions about Minecraft? Minecraft? Well, you know why? It's because of people like this. If you don't know anything about the Minecraft fridge, oh my god, do I really have to talk about it? Okay, so before we go there, I think we need to start with a channel history lesson here. I've mentioned that I've been doing this consistently for about 2 years, but my channel has actually been around for quite a bit longer than that. And I made it back in... Oh, wow, they changed automatically. What the heck? Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Anyway, I want that thick. Yeah. Okay, what the heck? Okay, so here's a really crappy little timeline here depicting what I think the major turning points on my channel was. I made my channel back in 2011, and then up until around 2014, I was playing pretty much just Minecraft this whole time. And that's not because Minecraft was the only game I liked or anything, but back in 2011, 2012, 2013, YouTube was a really different place from now. Like, you have people complaining about, oh my god, how apocalypse and monetization, blah 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 these days, but back then it was so much more difficult. The whole Let's Playing thing was a complete gray area, much more so than it is today. When you uploaded a video and you wanted to monetize it, you had to write like 2 paragraphs of stuff justifying why you think you have permission to upload and monetize this video. And the easiest way for you to have something to write about there is to say that, okay, well, I'm playing a video game in this video, and the game developer gave me permission to do so. Back then, there were only really 2 companies that did that I can think of. Valve and Mojang. Both of them had a page on their own website that said, people are free to make videos of our games and they're free to monetize it on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. So, being very afraid of copyright and stuff, plus the fact that my computer back in the day was trash. This whole period of time here, right over here, it was all pretty much Minecraft and maybe the occasional Valve game like Team Fortress, because those games are guaranteed to be okay on YouTube. And by the way, like, I put a gigantic line here, and it sounds like a long time, 3 years, 4 years, but I was still in school back then, and I couldn't really juggle the whole studying for exams and doing homework and making videos thing. Plus, I didn't take it that seriously, so when I say I was on YouTube since 2011, it was more like, oh, I'll upload a video maybe in January, and then one in March, and then like a couple in April, and then, 7 months of no uploading, and then I'll upload a few here and there, like that. It's definitely not the kind of consistency I have today. Yeah, so I would consider this period here the Minecraft era. And then from 2014, when I started playing Sleeping Dogs, that was a turning point on my channel, because that was when I decided, okay, I'm not gonna play Minecraft anymore, because to be honest, over the past few years, I haven't really felt that same kind of love for it anymore. And Sleeping Dogs was the first game that I recorded while being conscious of the fact that I didn't really want to play Minecraft anymore. I still wasn't too consistent though, but at this point on YouTube, it was also becoming less difficult to upload other games. So that was partially why I decided to do that too. Of course, 2017. Most games and most game developers are okay with you recording their game nowadays, but like I said, it wasn't always like that. And then flash forward to February 2015. By the way, Sleeping Dogs was October 2014. So this is February 2015. That was when I was browsing on Tumblr, and I heard people talking about this new game called Life is Strange. Back then, I think the 2nd episode was just about to come out. Or maybe it just came out, I'm not too sure. But anyway, that was when I decided to take a gamble on my channel too, because up until this point, okay, up until 2015, And like I said, I was a student and I didn't have a lot of money. So this whole time I've been playing humble bundle games, like bundled games that are cheap or games that don't cost a lot of money. And I'm pretty sure before Life is Strange, I hadn't even bought a game below 75% discount before because I don't really have to play the newest game to have fun. But yeah, that was when I decided, okay, I'm gonna take a gamble and try to play a new game and see how that goes. And of course, like I said already, new games are how you get viewership. And that was a big turning point for my channel because I think quite a few people found my channel from Life is Strange. In fact, if you're watching this right now, why don't you let me know where and how you found me? I would actually be really interested to know. Yeah. Anyway, so that was one big thing. And then from this point on, I was learning about YouTube more and more. And then I, got into the whole rhythm of consistency, blah, 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 blah. And played a lot of different games, learned a lot about what I wanted, what I didn't wanted. Still in the process of learning that sort of thing. And we are in the current day. So overall, the period of time that I started taking this seriously, wasn't that long. Maybe 2 years, 2.5 years, because it's September now. But the entire duration during which I've been on YouTube and witnessed all the changes to the platform is significantly longer than that. Before I made this channel, I was already a YouTube user since 2006, so I have seen pretty much everything this platform has to offer. Like, oh my god, I don't think many people remember what it was like back then anymore, but during this era, you couldn't even have a banner on your own channel unless if you were partnered. So it was pretty, yeah. Everyone always complains about YouTube, but they have actually improved over the years by so much. And although there's the whole adpocalypse situation right now, they want to earn money too, so I think they'll find a solution ASAP. They don't want to hurt their creators. Anyway, whoa, why did I start talking about this again? Oh, because why don't I want to answer any questions about Minecraft? Wow, I didn't even get to that yet. Okay, so back in here. Yes, back somewhere around like here, I made a video about how to make a fridge in Minecraft. It's not my first video that I ever made, but it's really, really close. And people, well, it's also because it's my fault because I keep talking about it from time to time, but people love going back on that video and making fun of me about it, being like, oh, this was little Willard, so cute, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever, man. I haven't been able to watch that video even once in the past 5 years. So I don't know what happens in that video, but it's really short. It's like 1 minute long. So if you want to go look at it, I can tell you not to, but you're gonna look at it anyway, so whatever. Do whatever you want. So me not wanting to answer Minecraft questions is because I don't want to see you guys ask me about how to build a functional fridge in Minecraft. God damn it. Oh, these first 2 questions, I feel like they're staples of the early channel history too. Minecraft fridge and are you a girl or a boy? I get asked this so much. Yeah, back in the Minecraft days, like during this period, holy crap, I got asked that so often. Right now, my voice is pretty deepish, I guess. But back then, it was, I guess it was a combination of me not being used to talking to myself and whatever. People often mistook me for like a 10-year-old boy. So I don't know if I still sound like a 10-year-old boy. Probably not, but yeah, there's that. There's the first 2 questions. Oh my god, okay. Anyway, moving on. What do I do for a living? And do I enjoy it? Would I rather do YouTube full-time or any other career path? What is my daytime job or university degree? I work as a data person for a health institution. It's related to my degree, so that part I'm happy about. My degree is in business, and my sub-concentration thing, specialization, is stuff related to business and technology, like how to apply technology to business. That was one of them, and the other one was transportation logistics. Yeah, I don't have like I have a game design degree or anything like that. It's just boring old business. Would I rather do YouTube full-time or any other career path? YouTube full-time, I think there's a few questions about it later on too in the channel section. By the way, I should have made a channel section because there were a lot of channel related questions. But I don't think YouTube full-time fits with my personality. As a person, I tend to favor things like routine and orderliness, which is pretty much completely opposite of what a YouTube job would look like. So just looking at it like that, I feel like it would clash with me as a person. But who knows? If I get paid like PewDiePie, I wouldn't oppose it. How would I describe my high school versus college life? Oh, this is not really related to job, but close enough, I guess. It wasn't really all that different. Except in high school, you had to get to school by a certain time, something insane like 8 in the morning. But in college, you get to pick when you have classes, so you have a lot more flexibility. But I can definitely see why high school is structured the way it is and why college is structured the way it is. Because if you gave a high school student, like a 13 to 16-year-old, 17? 13 to 17-year-old, the kind of freedom that a college kid had, they would probably not be disciplined enough to really take advantage of that. But yeah, overall, I didn't think it was too different, except college, you end up with a lot more free time, which also means that you procrastinate a lot longer. That was my experience anyway. Occasionally, you hear people say, oh, the friends you make at college are the ones you make for life. There was only like one person that I talked to from my college, and most of the people that I still talk to are from high school, so don't know how accurate that is. I mentioned on Twitter that you'd make a great software engineer. Have you thought about it at all? Is it something you might pursue? If I think about a job change, I would definitely think about it, because at some point I did pursue programming in school, but it kind of just faded away. But right now, I don't have any plans to change anything, so not for the moment. Attributes about myself. I hope you don't mind me asking if you look anything like your avatar. How did you design your cartoon character icon for your channel? And this goes back to the Welland's channel history again. My current icon is based off my Minecraft skin. And my Minecraft skin was based off like nothing. It was a mishmash of what I saw on the internet. I didn't really put that much thought into it, but at some point I thought something generic like, hey, well, if I'm gonna play like story-driven games and adventures and stuff, why not have like a Indiana Jones's outfit? Because that's kind of adventure-y, and obviously nobody has ever thought of this idea before. And that's really how it came out. So it's not actually too relevant to what I look like in real life. Since we won't be able to see you, can you tell us your eye color and my hair? I have brown eyes, and my hair it should be black, but I feel like it's getting browner. I don't know why. Is it because I'm lacking nutrition or something? How old am I? As well as your first and last name. It's neither. It's a gaming handle. Or if you're asking about it in terms of the setting, like Matter Welland's, like is Matter first and Welland's a last? I guess it would be last in that context. I'm kind of surprised nobody asked why I named myself this, because I regret this every day. I'll tell you anyway, because you're prisoner to my long-ass Q&A video now. Well, obviously, it has roots to the word watermelon, right? But why did I think of that? It was back when I first got a Steam account, and I was playing a lot of TF2. I didn't want to use the username that I had been using up until that point. So, when I was playing TF2, I saw someone's name, and they were called Mental Gen, like a spoonerism of the word gentleman. And I started thinking, oh, that's really cute. What other word can I make a spoonerism out of? And the only thing that came to mind was a watermelon. And the Z. That was because when I tried registering for it on Minecraft.net or whatever, it was taken already, so I had to add something quickly to make an account. And poor decisions all around. And I am in my mid-20s. I once read a tweet about something like you having kids. Do I have kids? And also, where are you from? Where do you live? Do I have any pets? Oh my god, I know which tweet you're talking about. It's the one where I mentioned that I bought 100 servings of miso soup for my kids. No, I don't have kids. I'm talking about the kids on the cover of the miso soup packaging. If you follow me on Twitter, you might have seen that from time to time, I'll tweet here and there about Japanese idols and stuff. So when I said my kids, I'm talking about the idol group I like. And I am Canadian. I do not have any pets. How tall are you? I am... you'll have to convert it to feet and inches if you want to, because I don't know it. I'm 160 centimeters on a good day. Okay, maybe like 159.5, but yeah. Which, I don't feel like I'm that short, but oh my god. If you played Life is Strange, you know that, Chloe is pretty tall, and Max is pretty short compared to Chloe, but I'm even shorter than Max, so that makes me really depressed. Not by a small margin either. I'm 5 centimeters shorter than Max. That makes me really depressed, because my impression of Max is that she's really short, but anyway, we're not talking about Max here today. Languages, ethnicity, ancestry, blah blah blah. How many and which languages do you speak and how well? Do you do translations in your videos? Japanese and Danganronpa, Cantonese and Beyond Two Souls in real time or edit it in later on? I speak English fluently, I think. Cantonese fluently, and my Japanese is like, I can probably understand average conversations, but if you start talking about philosophy or something, then I'm probably not gonna get it. And it's in real time, but for the ones that I'm not sure about, I will go look it up again to make sure that I'm not saying some bullshit that's wrong. My speaking in Japanese is pretty horrible though, because I read a lot. I read a lot of Japanese, but I don't get to practice speaking that much, so my reading is a lot better than my speaking. Do you speak Cantonese? If so, could you say hello everyone, my name is Matter Wellens in Cantonese? Hello, 大家好，我係 Wellens. Yes. How fluent are you in Japanese and how did you learn it? Touch briefly on the first bit just now. How did I learn it? Osmosis. I don't really do stuff like watch anime anymore, but I read Japanese pretty much every day. Like for example, I'm watching a Japanese drama right now, so after every episode airs, I'll go on Twitter and then look up what everyone's reactions were and I'll try to read it. And I'll go on Nichan, which is the biggest forum in Japan, and I'll read what everyone has to say. If I don't understand something, I look it up right away, and I find that I'm pretty good at retaining the stuff that I look up. So yeah, it's really just been a lot of exposure. Like I'm sure a lot of you watch anime or whatever, and you start noticing the same dialogue pop up again and again, and you can pick up little vocab words here and there. Although, of course, I don't really recommend that you use anime to learn Japanese. Not just anime anyway. Do you understand Cantonese or Mandarin better? And this person assumes Cantonese because of my stay in Hong Kong. Yeah, I don't know how often I've mentioned this, but I think it was in Sleeping Dogs, because that game is set in Hong Kong. While I was playing it, I mentioned that I lived in Hong Kong for a number of years, and you are correct. I understand Cantonese better. For those of you who don't know though, Cantonese and Mandarin share the same writing system, so I can read Mandarin. Well, I guess you would say I can read Chinese. But overall, I'm much more comfortable with Cantonese. What kind of upbringing did you have and what are your roots in general? I think you can guess pretty well based off the questions I've been answering so far. See, the nice thing about these Q&As is that all of the viewer collective knowledge about me is like coming together, and maybe some of the questions that other people are asking, you didn't know that about me before, but hey, now we're bringing it all together in one Q&A, which frankly scares me a bit because it's like a dump of information, but anyway. What kind of upbringing did you have? You mean like the places I stayed in and stuff? I was in Hong Kong for a while, but now I'm in Canada. And I've been in Canada for a long time. Any tips on learning a new language, especially the more difficult ones such as Japanese and Mandarin? I think learning a language is really difficult. And I'm not saying that because, oh, I did it, so, I did something hard. No. I mean, like, the way I learned it was because I think my passion for Japanese culture was a bit abnormal. Like, abnormally high. Maybe I haven't mentioned enough of how crazy I can get sometimes, but I used to, even when I didn't understand it all, I used to watch stuff without subtitles. So if you're learning a language based off passion, I think it needs to be that sort of level at the minimum. I'm really not the best person to ask because it's not like I went to a language school and I learned it. But I do think that immersion in the language you want to understand is necessary. Like, you don't have to go to Japan or China, although that will speed things up a lot, I think. But I think you should watch the media, watch TV shows, listen to songs, just anything that you can grab your hands on that's in that language that's interesting to you. Some people are really gifted at learning languages, and I'm not one of them. It might seem like I am, but I'm not. I'm really not. What was your motivation to learn Japanese? Was it work-related or just a hobby? Just a hobby. I'm curious what your accent is. You know, I'm glad that a lot of you don't seem to mind my accent, because I get messages being like, oh, I like your accent and stuff, but I'm quite self-conscious about it, really. I feel like having an accent isn't really something that's desired, so I guess that's why I don't really like it all that much. You can guess what this is from the previous questions. I'm pretty sure you can. Yeah, I don't know why I do this thing where I don't really want to concretely confirm anything, because I feel like that leaves a little bit of room for me. But it's easily guessable based off the previous questions. Do you speak French, and can you try to speak French a little? Bonjour, je m'appelle Wetlands, comment ça va? Omelette du fromage. Okay. Can I tell you a sentence in both languages? Hello, my name is Wetlands and I do Let's Plays on YouTube. Wetlands です。YouTube でゲーム実況やってます。Hello, 大家好，我係 Wetlands，我喺 YouTube 度打機嘅。Answer that one. Not sure how to frame this question, but I'd like to know more about your travels around the world, especially in Southeast Asian countries. I'm not much of a world traveler, although I've been to a good number of Southeast Asian countries. Japan, China, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand. But over half of those countries I just listed, I've been to them when I was like 5 years old, so not too many memories of them. The last place I went to was actually back Hong Kong in July. Yeah, some of you might get the impression that I travel a lot from Twitter over the past half a year or so, because I've been to Hong Kong and Japan twice, but there were a lot of family circumstances, so not really a purely vacation thing. But last year, around November, I went to Japan and Hong Kong, and that was nice, especially because it wasn't a summer month, so the heat was bearable. Oh my god, thank goodness. Asian countries and their heat, man, it's not real. But yeah, I only went to the touristy spots, so I don't really have anything too crazy. I can't tell you about how the view was at Mount Everest or anything like that. If you have a more specific thing you want to know, then maybe I could say more, but it was fun, but I don't know what else to say. And that's that. Ooh, another big landmine, face cam. When will you show yourself for the first time or start doing webcams on Let's Plays? Will you ever show your face? Are you ever gonna play with a face cam? Blah, 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 blah. Will you ever do a face reveal? Why you no face cam? The chance of someone figuring you out is 5%. I think it's much less than 5%. But no, it's the other way around. I'm scared of people I know in real life finding my stuff online. I don't wanna look for a job and then my potential employer looks my name up on Google and finds my YouTube channel where I swear, and that's the problem. Yeah, I'm more scared about the other way around than someone here figuring out who I am in real life. But to overall answer questions about facecam though, I saw a discussion on this in the comment section of the Q&A or the 20k subs video. And a lot of people talked about it, gave their opinions, but in the end, okay, face reveal is different from facecam, okay? But for the moment, the answer to both is no. It's, from the technical side, it's a lot more work because I have to capture 2 different video sources and then, try to add them into the same video and edit all of them together, and oh my god, just thinking about it. But for a non-technical reason, I want you to pay attention to the game more than my face. I don't think my face is that interesting, and somebody mentioned this too, but if people have a cam, yes, they will definitely feel like they have to overreact so that you can see the reaction or whatever. And it's kind of so far, I've never made a video with my face in it, right? So I'm sure that some people enjoy that fact that I don't have a face cam. And some people want me to do a face cam, but they've been okay so far with the fact that I don't have a face cam. If I continue on this path, those 2 groups of people will continue to be okay. Whereas if I switch to a face cam, one group of people might be really happy, but the other group of people might be upset about that too. Not that I even want to do a face cam to begin with, so whatever. Okay, lots of favorites questions, and you guys are killing me. I don't like favorite questions. Are you a cat or dog person? Cat. Dogs are cute, but not nearly as cute as cats. This is probably gonna be controversial like the pineapple on pizza thing. What is your favorite animal? Cats. Favorite fruit? It's apple. No, but I like watermelons too, especially in the summer heat. What was your favorite school subject and least favorite? Favorite for math. I did well in school, so I didn't really have like a least favorite or like a subject I hated, but I didn't really like in English class when they force you to write poetry. Like, hey, I can appreciate good poetry, but the good poetry, I don't think is coming from me. Yeah. What are some of your favorite TV programs? I don't watch much TV anymore. Does stuff like Game of Thrones count? I do like that. Lately, I haven't really been watching anything on TV anyway. I don't have a subscription to it anymore, but I did like the Discovery Channel, especially the one with animals playing all the time. Favorite food? Stuff that tastes good. Ever? That's hard. Spaghetti bolognese. What is your favorite ice cream? Cookie and cream. Got any special food you love aside from pineapple pizza? Spaghetti bolognese. Oh, and there's a favorite game question here. I think I might have answered this earlier already. I forgot what I said, but I'm sure I gave a good answer already. Least favorite? I don't usually keep track of the games I don't like, so I don't really have a least favorite game. Favorite color or color scheme? Blue. Navy blue. What's your favorite band and is it Japanese with a suspicious winky face? Are we talking about a band like people who play instruments or are we talking about a group of people? I don't listen to many bands, I don't think. But yeah, it's probably Japanese because 95% of what I listen to is in Japanese, which is what helps with learning Japanese, you know? There's a lot of music related questions here too. This whole bit with the favorite anime stuff in the middle. I'll just answer it all at once. Favorite music genre and favorite type of music? I usually listen to J-pop, but I'm pretty open to most things. Like if I hear a song that I hear in a video game that I like, then like it doesn't have to be Japanese and I'll still like it. In recent memory, I've been listening to the Prey soundtrack a lot lately. That techno-y, electronic kind of sound. Yeah, I like that genre, although I don't actively go seek out new songs in it too often. Like the songs that I listen to the most are probably some shitty idol pop music, okay? I don't have good taste in music or anything like that. But those songs, I can't really recommend to the random person because it requires a lot of context to really enjoy. If you're really wondering though, when I look at my shelf right now, I have a lot of CDs from a girl group called Morning Musume and Mizuki Nana, who a lot of you anime watchers may know as, Fate in Nanoha. Favorite games, I think I mentioned. Favorite TV shows, I mentioned up here, not too much. Favorite movies? I don't really watch too many movies, although I have a feeling that there would be a lot that I enjoy if I actually just found the patience to sit down and watch them. But overall, I don't watch too many. If you have a recommendation for something good, you can feel free to throw it my way. What is my favorite anime? Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't watched anime for quite a while now. Puella Magi Madoka Magica? Although that's kind of a generic favorite anime, huh? What is my top 5 anime movies of all time? Favorite anime again? Have I even watched 5 anime movies lately? No. The only thing I've watched that I can remember is Your Name, which I thought was beautiful, but it was kind of overrated, and I expected a lot because people were like hyping it up to hell and back, but maybe my expectations were a little bit too high. I don't have 5. But since I mentioned that I like Madoka, probably the Rebellion movie comes in here. The Haruhi movie. Oh yeah, I love Haruhi. I have all the novels on my shelf. Just in case if you haven't noticed already, every time I talk about anime, the knowledge is gonna be like dated by 10 years, cause that was when I was really into anime. Sorry if the question is poorly worded. As a French person, we have a long tradition of being disastrous in English. What are you talking about? This is like perfect English. Every single time someone's like, sorry about my English, It's not my native language. Like, what are you talking about? It's always perfect English. I haven't been reading the additional comments on the screen so far, but I hope you know that I have read them. And it's crazy. There's so many different people from everywhere here. Like France and Greece and Poland and Taiwan. Isn't that crazy? The internet bringing people together. Anyway, favorite anime. Yep, got that. You said you were watching other people on YouTube as well. Who are your favorite YouTubers? Gaming wise. Yeah, I'm not too much of a watcher anymore these days, cause turns out that making your own videos takes up all of your time. For non-gaming channels, I watch those even less than gaming channels, but Vi Hart. She hasn't made any videos in a while, but she has these really cool and interesting math videos. VIHART. And for comedy, I used to watch a lot of Community Channel, Natalie Tran. She's one of the OGs, the YouTube OGs back in the day. Yeah, I don't think she uploads videos anymore either. Oh my god. For gaming channels, it really depends on what kind of mood I'm in. Like, do I want to watch something funny or someone focused on the game or what? So I watched a lot of The Creatures when I was younger. But then when I grew up, it just didn't really resonate with me anymore. But people like Jesse Cox, Christopher Odd, or Geek Remix. And it, yeah, like I said, really depends on the mood. But it's unfortunate because these days, if I want to play a game that they're also playing, then I can't watch their videos. So that really just ends up with me not really watching any videos. There was a question back in the game section that asked who inspired me to make Let's Plays. And I think it would be The Creatures. I never thought anything like, oh, The Creatures are making videos, so I want to make videos too, but at that point in time, because remember that my channel is a Minecraft one to begin with, I watched a sickening amount of Minecraft Let's Plays, and yeah, a lot of them were from The Creatures, and that's how it all started. Who is your favorite voice actor or voice actress? I think for voice actress, it has to be Ashley Birch. Without her, Chloe would not have been the Chloe we know in Life is Strange. Which is kind of shitty for me to say, especially with Before the Storm not having her in it. But her performance in episode 4 of Life is Strange was phenomenal. It was something that really chilled me to the bone. Favorite color? Answer that. Blue. What other hobbies do you enjoy aside from gaming? Before YouTube. I love this one because it's implying that after YouTube came along, I have no hobbies anymore. And you're right. It's sad, but it's true. I've never had a hobby take up so much time before. Holy crap. So back when I was in high school, there was a kid in my grade who was known for loving Bon Jovi and fishing. And basically these two things defined him as a person. But I don't think I'm somebody who has something like that. Aside from the liking Japanese culture stuff, I guess. So yeah, a lot of my hobbies did relate to Japan in some way. I watched a lot of variety shows and dramas, in addition to anime too, of course. But yeah, I don't know. Felt like I was one of those people that wasted a lot of time on the computer, but when you ask them what they did, they can't really name it. I feel like I know a little bit about a lot of different things because usually I just find something to be interested in, and I do it for a while, and then I do it until I get bored. So that would include stuff like graphic design, animation, and, you know, all these indoorsy things, blogging. Oh, I did have one pretty peculiar hobby. I was a pretty frequent editor on Wikipedia. Like, I would go around fixing up articles that were vandalized and just making the articles that I'm interested in better. And, it is pretty much as nerdy as it sounds. I remember filling up my user page and like running bots and stuff too, so I was, yeah, pretty hardcore into that for a good bit. Which I feel like, well, it wasn't the worst waste of time because I feel like I did learn a good bit about formal writing and whatnot from editing Wikipedia. For the stuff I cared about, for the articles in the areas I cared about, I could recite the rules that all the Wikipedia editors said they would abide by and all that jazz too, which is... Yeah, okay, let's move on to the next one. Who is my favorite villain of all time in any video game, series, books, and why? Oh, that's a tough one. Favorite villain? Oh, there must be a lot of really good ones out there, but the only one I can think of right now is Gladys, again from Portal, because she really is what brought me into PC gaming. I saw a video of her boss fight on YouTube before, and that was really what started everything. Okay, that's it for the favorites and hobbies and whatever. Now we have a lot of, channel questions, and then a lot of miscellaneous questions. Holy crap, look at how many there are. Oh, okay. Alright, let's start with channel here. Oh, go up like that. You said you want your channel to grow. Is there anything you want to achieve? Some wish or objective? Not really anything in terms of views or subscribers or any numbers, because those things, I don't think they make very good goals because they're not things that you can directly influence. But it ties in with a question right below here. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? So I guess I'll talk about this one first. I first started a YouTube channel because at that time I was in school, I was in university, and I mentioned that I was in a business program. And so basically in every single business class, we had group projects, everyone's favorite, and presentations. And after I did some presentations, I just didn't think that I was that good of a public speaker. So one of my big motivations for starting a channel was to combine my interest in video games with something that can improve my speaking. So I guess that's something that I really want to keep improving on. And somebody asked me this on Tumblr before too, do you feel like you've achieved that? And I said no at the time. But going back, because recently I've been playing Life is Strange again because the new one came out. And then I went back to my previous Life is Strange videos and whoa, I'm really surprised by how different I sounded. That was also because my environment, my recording environment was completely different at the time. I had to be quiet and not disturb other people around me too, so that was part of it. But even if you take that out, I feel like I did make some improvement. It's irrefutable. If you do something enough, you will improve in it. So I'm quite glad to see that that's been the case, and I hope that I can continue to improve on this front. That might not be the answer you're looking for though. In terms of subscribers and views and whatever, I don't have a concrete number, but I do want to see how far I can take this before I inevitably stop doing it. Right now, the stage of life that I'm in, I can still budget out the free time to work on this hobby, but that's something that might not be, it's not a constant. It might change at any time. So until that point happens, I would like to see how far I can take this whole thing. Considering starting my own YouTube channel, what is the biggest lesson you've learned about maintaining a channel and editing/uploading videos since you first started doing it? If you're just looking to have fun, nothing. If you want to get something going on, I think consistency is really, really important. Because what's the definition of a subscriber? It means I've seen one or more of your videos and I'm interested in seeing more. So the interested in seeing more is a really important part of it, and you need to continue putting it out. For gaming channels, it needs to be a lot more frequent than other channel types because games are long and people want to see more of it. You can't really expect to go anywhere if you upload one 15-minute video a week. You can get away with that if you're some other channel type, I don't know, makeup channel or travel vlog, whatever. But for gaming, for any type of video, consistency. So what made you decide to pick up YouTube as a hobby? Were you coerced into it by someone else, motivated by others, or just wanted to do it on my own, and why? Anything here? I feel like I might want to try it. I finally got the computer for it. Yeah, definitely go for it. It's definitely not a hobby for everybody because it's extremely, extremely time intensive, but you never know. In the beginning, I just did it on my own and I hid it from everybody until I got to 100 subscribers. And even then, I told one or two people, which ties in nicely with the next question here. Do my parents and or friends know about your gaming channel on YouTube? If so, what do they think of it? Yeah, my parents know, but they don't really get it, I guess. They're not as long as I'm going to work and I can sustain my own living, I don't think they care. And my close friends do know, but pretty much nobody else knows. I remember the first time I showed one of my close friends the channel and they saw a video or two. They were like, Why do you sound so calm? Because, yeah, I think I sound calmer in general on a video than in real life, because in real life, I'm a bit... I'm pretty loud. But a few of my friends occasionally watch my videos too, so that's kind of cool. Like my friend who lent me Nier. She watched some of my Nier videos, so that's kind of cool. Did your success on YouTube influence your private life, like being less introverted and talking more with other people? Yeah, I feel like I've become a little bit better at talking, but overall, maybe not so much, because I don't film myself. I don't film my face or anything, so I don't feel that extroverted on that front. But compared to when I first started the channel and now, I'm definitely a lot more extroverted, even though on the whole, I would still consider myself more on the introverted side. Inspiration, yeah, the talking thing. Do you see yourself continuing your YouTube hobby and reaching 1 million subscribers? Frankly, no. To reach 1 million is, it depends on a lot of external factors that you can't control. The biggest one of which is luck. And that's not me saying, oh, anybody who has 1 million subscribers or more, they just got lucky, they didn't work hard. No, well, everybody worked hard. But nonetheless, there is a lot of external luck involved. And I don't see myself getting that lucky, especially because I avoid factors that make me lucky. I have a business degree, and although a lot of it is not really relevant for growing a channel or whatever, some of it is. The marketing components, I do tend to think about it in a pretty clinical way. And I know that I've totally put myself in a position where getting lucky is more difficult than usual, because the types of videos I make, they're not really the type that go viral. A 40-minute video on a game where nothing is particularly funny. I don't really play those popular YouTube games like Goat Simulator or even Dream Daddy. And nothing against those games, okay? It's just that that's not the position I've taken here on this channel, and I'm totally okay with that. Getting to 1 million subscribers or becoming YouTube famous or whatever, that's really not one of my goals here. And I just want to have fun. I want to share with you the games that I think are interesting. And and then hopefully you'll think that they're interesting too, and then we'll talk about it, and that's pretty much it. I'm actually quite happy with where I am right now because I can't reply to everything, but I do enjoy reading my comment section, and a lot of people have really cool insights into the games I play. I know YouTube is a hobby for now, but do you ever see yourself doing YouTube full-time? If so, how many subscribers/views would you expect to make it viable? I don't know how interested you guys are in the behind-the-scenes sort of thing for YouTube, but subscribers don't pay money, views do. And the general consensus is that about 1 million views is where you start making minimum wage. Depends on a lot of different things, like what kind of videos you make, how long they are, what kind of people are watching them. But generally, you get about $1 for every 1,000 views. So 1 million views is about $1,000, give or take. And that's minimum wage. I think YouTube would be a really interesting job, but there's so many factors that scare me about it. At the core, YouTube is a job that relies on how much people like you. I think that's a pretty scary thought. If we're talking about gaming channels, it's not about how funny you are in the videos, it's not about how good you are at the games, it's dependent on how much people like you. Combined with the adpocalypse or your video is not advertiser friendly, that shit, oh my god. Well, let's just say that I would never quit my job at 1 million views. So while I think it's a pretty exciting thing to, become your own employer, which is not true because you're getting paid by YouTube, who can arbitrarily decide to not pay you at any time, it's very scary to even think about taking the plunge. Why did I start the channel? Why did you make it a Let's Play channel? Well, I like video games and I'm not a comedian, I'm not an entertainer, so any other type was not thinkable. Why are your videos not monetized? They are. Well, they are unless if YouTube decides no. It's really nice to be able to say stuff like, oh, money doesn't matter, but yes it does, because I need to live. And if I put so much time into something, then if it doesn't even break even, then that becomes really difficult to justify. Well, yeah, lately the whole advertiser not friendly thing has been pretty tough, because it's really arbitrary. For example, Basically, all of Hellblade got dinged because, I don't know, it has the word hell in it. I'm sure you've heard of stuff like, oh, if it has a gun in the thumbnail, it's gonna be rejected, and bad language, all that stuff. And it is getting tougher and tougher. A bunch of streaming questions, and also one here. Have you ever been dedicated to exposing your YouTube channel? 20k for a personality like yours seems too low of an amount, to be honest. The way this question is worded. Yeah, I mentioned this already, but this is not a thing that the more work you put into it, the more output you'll get. It's not directly proportional. And I really don't think my channel is the kind that will be like super fast growing just cause, like I said, I don't really make viral content, so basically I'm doing what I can do to help it out, but it's kind of out of my hands, and to be honest, I'd rather think about what game I want to play next. Live streaming. Yeah, the bunch of live streaming questions here. Please don't actually. Just like the face cam thing, it's a little bit harder than it looks. It's not like, oh, instead of pressing the record button, I'm gonna press the stream button. For one, my internet speed is like poverty line level. I don't even know if I have the freaking upload speeds to do that. Number two, my mic. Right now, what I do is I record, and then I process it, and then I edit it, and it goes in the final video. But if I stream, then I can't do any of that. So audio and probably video quality too, because of the whole uploading thing, will probably suffer. And number three, I don't really like wasting your time, so I often cut out parts where I'm not doing anything. And if we're doing it live, then I can't really do that either, which makes me nervous. And yeah, like the whole crappy talking thing too. I'm not confident enough in my speaking to live stream, to be honest. Oh, and the other thing is that the games I play usually require really high concentration, paying attention to the story and whatnot, and I feel like streaming, the point of streaming is to pay attention to the audience, right? So it's a little bit hard to juggle there, because I'm someone who gets distracted really easily. Am I planning to implement voting for game titles? For example, 5 titles to choose from, let us vote and play top 2 titles first. I never really thought about that, but that might not be a bad idea. Instead of me trying to guess what you want to watch, why don't I just ask you? Would you consider giving us viewers the chance to pick from a selection of games for upcoming Let's Plays, maybe as a Patreon? Oh my god, the P word, benefit. I'm really flattered that there's a number of questions here asking how to support me outside of watching my videos. Would you consider setting up a Patreon or TAD account? I'd really like to give back, especially since you mentioned that YouTube demonetized a lot of your videos. Can I ask if you have plans to monetize your content in a more reliable way? I know asking for other people's money is a thorny issue. Oh my god, you got that right. But I'm sure some of your viewers who are financially independent and capable would love to support you through financial means. Sure, the fund may not be ample enough to afford you a new condo or limo. Oh, if only. But hopefully it'll be enough to defray your gaming expenses. Whoa, did you just decide my next Q&A thing for me? What does it say? What the heck? Another person apologizing for their English when it's perfect. Okay, cool. And yeah, a lot of similar questions here. I feel guilty about using adblock on your channel for so long. How can I support you? First of all, just let me say it again that this is really humbling. It's nuts that even one of you would even feel this way, because you've already donated to me the most valuable thing you own, your time. So for you to want to give me more on top of that is just really, really, really humbling. See, monetizing videos with YouTube ads, that's not my money or your money. So it's kind of like, well, who cares? It's nobody's money. Let's just take it. But to directly accept donations or support from viewers, don't get me wrong. I love money. I would love to have more of it. But I just don't want you to feel like I'm gouging you or something. But judging by the multiples of questions here about this topic, I guess it's not something that only one viewer is thinking about. And is it alright of me to say that if you want to support me, beyond watching my videos, which is the ultimate form of support already, then I will gladly accept it? I do have to say that the idea of accepting donations is really quite attractive from a content creator point of view though. Not just because it's free money, but because regularly we get $1 per 1,000 views. So even if just one person wants to send me $1 for a coffee, that's equivalent to 1,000 views. So it is quite a bit more reliable as well. Okay, well, there's two services being talked about here, Patreon and TAD. Let's start with TAD because somebody else had already asked me about this a few weeks ago, and I did go talk to the TAD people, and they, I think they're pretty small, so they got back to me like 2 weeks later, and then by that time I was like, and I didn't really have an opportunity to bring it up again, because you know how often I make these videos. I haven't talked about this at all, but yeah, I've had a TAD account sitting here doing nothing for a few weeks now. If you're not familiar with TAD, it's basically this app, a phone app that you can get on your phone, that you download it, and you can watch ads that give you credits that you can pledge to your creators of choice. And the good thing, or the draw of this app, is that the ads that you watch in the app are worth a lot more than the ones that you watch on YouTube. And you can also specifically choose who to give them to. So it's a much more effective way to support the creators that you want to by donating your time. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, then go to giveatad.com/matterwellens and you can download the app. Honestly though, TAD, I think, is the sort of thing that would only work if you continually remind your followers and supporters to do it. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with doing that. So I'll mention it here and I'll drop a link in my channel bio thing, but I don't see myself talking about it too often. Patreon, on the other hand, is a completely different beast. And I don't think I have to introduce this one because I think everybody knows it. Would it be okay if it's really just a tip jar for you to send me a coffee if you appreciate what I'm doing? Because I don't ever want to gate any of my videos behind a paywall. I want them to always be free to view on YouTube. But in that case, I'm not sure what kind of benefit I could provide to you. The polling thing is an interesting idea, but I feel like it's one that I should be careful about because something like a Patreon, it not only changes the relationship between the viewer and the content creator, but the content creator and the hobby as well. I'll have a think about this whole thing, but talking about it this much already is kind of making me feel like a dirty money grubber. Again, just the thought that people actually want to support me is so humbling, and thank you for the thought even, because that's insane. Who the hell would want to watch this crap? Yeah, let me know any thoughts you have on it. Okay. Next sort of questions. Will you ever create a Discord server? Do you have a Discord channel? Have you ever considered creating a Discord chat? I don't have one currently, but if that's something that is interesting, that people are interested in, I can totally consider this. But I don't know how much I'm expected to put into this though, because as a user, I use Discord exactly once a week to talk to my friends in real life, so I'm not really someone who goes on chatting programs a lot and whatever. But if you want a place to talk to other people, sure. My god, with all this talk about money and Discord channels, I feel like we're going so industrial. Okay, so that's it for the channel-related questions. That was a long section. And that's a topic that I like talking about too. Because behind the scenes, nobody really asks me about the behind the scenes stuff that often. Anyway, what kind of PC do you recommend for gaming and what specs does your PC have? My PC? It's on the screen right now probably. I have a i7-47K CPU and a GTX 1070 for graphics card. And to be frank, I would not have bought any of this crap if it wasn't for video editing. My old PC was doing okay, but then it wasn't really handling the whole record thing very well, so had to make some upgrades to get there. So I think a PC like this would be good for recording stuff, editing stuff, but if you're talking about a computer for gaming, probably too big of a topic to talk about in my little Q&A here, but you probably want to go to the Build a PC subreddit and poke around there a little bit more and ask for help. Oh, that is of course implying that I think you should build your own PC gaming computer, because buying one, people say that building one gets you a cheaper computer. I don't think it's true, but I think that building your own one will get you a better computer for the same price you're paying for the pre-built one. Building is not that cheap these days though, so it might cost a pretty penny. Stuff about my voice. Do you consider doing other projects of entertainment like voiceover, podcast? Oh my god, because your voice and the way you act when reading dialogues is really good. Are you a voice actor? Ever thought of doing audiobook narrations? Are you familiar with ASMR? Or did you even consider making an ASMR video? I really only know about ASMR as sounds that sound pleasant. I don't really know any more beyond that. But as for the other ones, oh my god, like, I'm glad you like my voice, but please stop insulting professional voice actors, Jesus. Cause the stuff I do is so amateur, and no, I never really considered anything like that because, like I said before, I have a lot of like speaking problems, and my interest in voice acting only goes to immersing myself in the game more, but not really beyond that. Okay, the last home stretch. Lots of miscellaneous questions that are not really related to anything. House pets. I think I answered this one already. I don't have any pets. Are you a secret weeb? I don't think I'm as weeb as you guys think I am. Because when I see weeb, I think people who really love anime and throw in Japanese words every other sentence. Which hopefully you haven't heard me do because I don't do that. I like Japanese culture and all, but I don't really know if I'm part of that weeb culture. Which animus made me cry? Clannad. That's the only one I can think of right now. See, yet again, another really old anime. Your waifu or husbando? Hard. Waifu? Nagato Yuki from Haruhi. Husbando? Makoto from Free. Have you watched the anime Bleach? I've seen like the first little bit, by which I mean like the first 70 episodes, but there was a lot of filler, never made it to the end. Oh my god, I remember watching Bleach when I was in 6th grade, okay? That's a really old one. And the reason for this question is, for some reason your voice reminds me of Rukia so much. Well, I will take that as a compliment. Do you miss Hong Kong? And if yes, what do you miss most about Hong Kong? I don't normally miss it, but if I go back for a visit again, then yeah, I do. Cause it's a much more high-paced place in comparison to Canada. Canada's really like quiet and not much goes on, but something is always happening in Hong Kong, so that's something I do miss. You've mentioned being sheltered. Would you mind going into more detail on that? I don't know what context I mentioned this in, but I'm gonna guess that it's because I'm an only child. So when I was a kid, everybody treated me, all my relatives and whatever, I was basically like the golden child. Except for my mom, who I think is the sole reason why I turned out okay. Like a simple example would be stuff like, if I get tired at the park, my relatives or whatever, they'll just be like, oh, I'll pick you up and we'll go back home. But my mom would be like, well, okay, let's go find a bench and sit until you're not tired anymore, and then we can walk home together. So like stuff like that. Because my relatives are like, they don't seem to know how to raise a kid without them turning out to be a spoiled brat. What do you think about Norway? Not much in particular. I don't know too much about Norway. Are you as friendly, polite, and curse-averse in real life as in your gaming videos? Friendly, polite, I would like to think so. I actually get stopped for directions pretty often, so I guess I at least don't look that scary. But curse-averse. You know how you talk to different people differently? Like if you talk to your teachers or your bosses versus your friends, you would use different language, right? So I do think with my closer friends, I do curse more, but not like to a random stranger on the street or anything like that. Oh, I just realized that there might have been a question I skipped up here. Where is it? Somebody asked about the analytics on the channel. Yes, would you be willing to talk about your analytics? Oh, it got caught between the streaming questions. Yeah, I wanted to talk about this, but then I accidentally skipped over it. Hang on. So these stats are for the past month, and it shows the top countries of people who watch my videos. Unsurprisingly, United States at the top. I am a little bit surprised that Germany is the second one, though, because I didn't think English was an official language in Germany. Don't people speak German? Don't you want to consume German content? And then the UK, Canada, France, Brazil, Russia, Finland, Sweden, Poland, Australia, Netherlands, Japan, Spain, Mexico, Austria, Philippines, Italy, Norway, Denmark, Malaysia. Portugal, Indonesia, Argentina, Romania. And that's the first 25. Wow, yeah, like it's crazy how videos on the internet reach all over the world, huh? And you can also tell right here that only like 2 countries have YouTube Red. Oh my god. So yeah, that's that for countries. But I'm assuming you're also interested in stuff like age and sex. Male and female breakdown. Yeah. Most of my viewers are in the 25 to 34-year-old bracket. Although I don't really know if this means that people have been lying about their age on YouTube or if it's actually true. The male to female breakdown overall, it's 79% to 21%, which I think is pretty normal. Fun fact, it used to be a lot more even back when I was playing Minecraft, because I guess that's a, for the lack of a better word, a more casual game. It was like 60-40. So for males, the largest portion is 25 to 34. But for females, 18 to 24 is a larger portion than 25 to 34. Are these real? 65 plus? That's crazy. But you can love games at any age. That's totally fine. Yeah, same thing without the gender breakdown. Yup. Ooh, so 42.4% of my viewers are in the 25 to 34 age bracket. 18 plus. Whoa, like 70%, 80% of my viewers are 18 plus, or so they say. And I enjoy this too because frankly, it does make the comment section a lot more enjoyable to read through. Lately, I've realized that, and it's something very simple if you think about it from a more clinical marketing point of view, but certain games bring in certain demographics. Oh, while we're talking about this, I should talk about the results of that poll that I put on the previous video, asking if you like shorter or longer videos. And overwhelmingly, 62%. Okay, maybe not that overwhelmingly, but most people prefer longer and less frequent videos. So I think that's something that I will definitely try to work towards. Hopefully I didn't miss any questions here, because I only remembered this because I remembered reading the question before. But yeah, hopefully that was the only one I missed. I apologize if it's too personal, but what is Wellens like off camera as a person, as in social and outgoing or introverted? I'm pretty loud around people I know well, but around people I don't know so well, I'm much more timid, I think. If you were stuck on an island, what anime character would you bring with you? This has to be Doraemon! There's something in his pockets that will get us out of there. Probably not the kind of answer you're looking for, but I don't care. Doraemon is anime. Do you think the Myers-Briggs personality test is reliable? And the context here is that it was used in the Second World War in the US as a way to optimize job choice for women. To a degree. But it's kind of sad to think about how everybody in the world can be categorized into 16 different types of people. There's certainly a lot of other factors, but as a general thing, sure, why not? Had you ever thought about getting a tattoo, and if so, what kind? A type of symbol? Favorite quote? Hey, what's with that wording? How do you know I don't have a tattoo? Did I mention that before? See, this is the whole thing about how whatever you say on the internet stays forever. I don't have a tattoo. I've never really thought about getting one though, because I feel like it's so painful, and yeah. And the bigger problem is, I don't know what kind of a tattoo I would get, because there's not really anything, any symbol or quote that I feel so strongly about. In your opinion, what is your biggest fear? Putting yourself out there and getting rejected. That's pretty scary. Ooh, okay, we got a long one here. Sometimes you have really smart solutions to problems, but other times you walk right past the solution. Oh, that's not the question, okay. On that topic though, I saw a really good analogy for why that happens. The person playing the game is trying to focus hard on not crashing the car that they're trying to drive here. The person who sees the solution, it's because you're not driving the car. That's why you can see it, because you're not focused on driving the car. And that's why it's called backseat gaming, because you're in the backseat, you're not doing anything. God. You get the occasional straggler being like, oh my god, I can't believe you didn't do this. But you know, I think most people are really good about that for me. So thank you for not backseat gaming me for the people who don't. Anyway, that's not even the question. Your social phobia, have you tried therapy or medication for it? I don't know if I have that. I don't really like talking to strangers all that much, but I don't know if it's strong enough to be considered a phobia. Yeah, I've never had anything diagnosed, so no, I've never tried any of those things. What are your thoughts about life? That's a really broad one. We're all just trying to do what we can until we eventually die. Wow, that's depressing. How is your grandma doing? Thank you for asking. For those of you who don't know, last winter, my grandma had a fall and it's been really hectic and a lot of work for my family because she broke her hip and she has to use a walker now. So we're trying to cope with that. But I think we're overall getting the hang of it. And lately she's been weaning herself off of the walker, which I don't think the doctor would recommend, but nobody wants to see a sign of them being old though. And the walker, stuff like walkers and wheelchairs and whatever, those are really big signs that continually tell you, you're getting old, your body is breaking down. So I think that's why she's trying to not use it. Well, she seems to be doing okay so far, so we'll see. Are people in Canada really as kind and friendly as they're portrayed in the media? Yeah, I think most people are pretty kind. It's a pretty chilled country. Earlier, I mentioned that Hong Kong is really hectic. So in Hong Kong, if you walk on the streets, nobody's gonna say hi to you or anything. But in Canada, pretty much everybody's gonna say hi and you might have a talk with your neighbor or whatever. So yeah, but there's also mean people, of course. Canada is diverse. You can't find nice people everywhere. Another question here. Do you play any instruments? If no, is there any you would like to play? I used to play the violin a really, really long time ago. But I would love to learn the piano if I was still like 7 years old or something. Do you ever feel like you need a break from playing games and making videos? If so, how do you handle it? Nobody wants to see a burnt out Wellens. Not really, because the thing that I need a break from is my job, and video games and making videos is my escape. So every day when I come home after work, I actually really look forward to playing video games. I do get kind of stressed out when new games come out and I don't have time to play all of them though. But no, in the past 2 years at least, burnout has never really been a thing. Where did you pick up your trademark that you say probably unknowingly? Oh, here it is. Glad to be a seed in the Welland. A seed in the Welland. It probably evolved from being a crutch. Because I'm pretty sure I started doing that as oh my god, I haven't said anything for the past 10 seconds. I gotta say something to make sure people still know I'm alive. But now I just do it a lot. And I know I do it a lot. It's not that good. See, things about my speaking that I would like to fix. Again. Have you ever dealt with depression? Not firsthand. But I did have a friend who might have been struggling with it. So I guess I've dealt with it from the friend perspective. What other hobbies did you have? What Japanese idol or anime cover do you currently have on your phone? Do you mean my phone case? It's neither. I don't have an idol or an anime. I have Gudetama. I love him. He's like my spirit animal. Have you ever gotten any of your wishes come true? For example, wishing that more people would talk to me on Twitter, or ask me questions on Tumblr, or even have viewers comment on your videos. So it's kind of like back to the whole goals thing, and I'm really, really happy that there's some improvement in my speaking. And of course, about the whole, the 20,000 seeds in the Welland, whatever, organisms, whatever, going on too. What is the main quality you would have identified in yourself? I'm not sure what this question means. Like, what my personality is like? I did talk about that a little bit before, but if you clarify it, I can answer it again. I talked about other channels I watch. Have I watched China Uncensored on YouTube? No. Would you rather pet a death claw from Fallout or brush a uni turtfish? Where a uni turtfish is a combination of a unicorn, turtle, and a trout. What? Why is it not a uni turt trout then? If I'm petting the death claw, by the way, I haven't played enough of Fallout to remember what that looks like, but petting is using my hand, right? And brushing is using a brush. So I think I would rather brush the uni turtfish. Have I ever been tempted to be involved in the creation of a video game? Not really. I'm totally fine with being a consumer. Although, with my business degree, sometimes when I look at the marketing for a video game, I feel like, you probably don't want to do that because that's not the best thing to do. See, now you put me in a really tough spot here, because do I do this seriously, or do I have to do this funnily, or what? And there's a shit-eating smiley face here, too. God. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I don't remember the lyrics at all. Happy? If you don't know why I'm being asked this question, it's because, when I played Sleeping Dogs, there's a karaoke mini-game in Sleeping Dogs, and I'm All Out of Love was one of the songs in it, and back when I was playing it, I sang that song while I was playing the karaoke minigame. And of course, I sang it so well that people are coming back for more. What do I think about role-playing? Have I ever had a non-video game narrative experience as a player or a GM? If so, do you prefer RPs with 100 pages of rules, like Dungeons and Dragons or more freestyle RPs? No, I've never done any sort of deep role-playing like that before. People around me are not really into games that much. So that's never been an opportunity that's come up. Do I know about the web serial Worm by Wildbow? No, I don't know. Is this something I should be checking out? This is an Italian viewer. Thank you from Canada. Why is Canada the best North American country? I feel like you've already answered this here. Oops. Crap. Poutine, maple syrup, hockey, A? Exactly. You got it. You can add Hawaiian pizza to that list too. If you have the choice to join any known fictional universe once and never be able to go back, what would you choose? Whoa! That's a big choice. Okay, then this has to be a world that I can't get killed in. I definitely don't want to go to Westeros or freaking Hogwarts. Oh my god, I don't want to die. Something with a peaceful world. Can't really think of one right now, so let's just say Mass Effect. But hopefully I don't die in it. How deep can your voice go? Manly Wallens. My voice is probably not as deep as you think it is, because there's something for microphones called the proximity effect, where the closer I get to a microphone, the deeper I sound. But when I move it away, then maybe I don't sound that deep. It's not like I have a high voice, but I certainly don't think the proximity effect helps. But to answer your question, I don't know, around here. Hello. What mythological / supernatural / fantastic creature would you like to have as a pet? Something with a practical use. A griffin. For transportation. It's a really realistic way to think about it, but hey, practicality is important. I wonder if you ever took a proper IQ test. Is there such a thing as a proper IQ test? The answer is no, though. And yeah, about this line here, no comment. No comment. Do you own any gaming consoles? And if I do, which one? I think most people probably know that I have a PC, I have a PS4, but if we go all the way back, I have a Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and I also have a PS1 that I don't even know where it is anymore. Yeah, so basically when I was young, my gaming stopped at Game Boy Advance and I never got a DS. For 999 Virtue's Last Reward Zero Escape, what program did you use for the flowcharts? I used Microsoft Visio. VISIO. I learned about this program from school, so hey, that's one thing that my degree is useful for. Me and Gordon Ramsay believe pineapples don't belong on pizza. Why do you like pineapples on pizza? 'Cause I'm not a heretic. I'm currently a senior in high school. Do you have any advice for juggling multiple aspects of your life? No, that's not a generic question. That is totally valid. And I'm sorry if these are any different from the way the Canadian education system works. No, it's the exact same crap. College applications, internships, extracurriculars that count for your college applications. Oh, well, if you have a lot of stuff to juggle, I think it's important to write it down and organize it. Like, on this day, you're going to do this. On that day, you're going to do that. I'm really not the best person to be asking about this, even though I do juggle my work and my channel and my social life and my family life or whatever, because I find that if I run out of time, all I do is not sleep as much to make up for it. So that's not the best way. But to show you an example though, I do keep track of what I post on the channel on my desktop. I have a calendar here and I keep track of which videos I upload on which day and what I have to do on every day. And you can see that I've been putting off the record Q&A for quite a few days already. Yeah. But yeah, you gotta have some way to just organize it all to make sure that you get around to everything that's important for you. And I highlighted the additional comments because, oh, it's a long one. Oh yes, I remember this one. This person found me on the videos for The Curse of Ragnara. Holy OG. Does anybody watching this video right now even know what that is? That's a custom Minecraft map that I played a long time ago. So this person has been here since Minecraft. That is insane. And good luck with all your college applications and stuff, because I know those can be a pain in the butt. The weirdest part about this whole thing is probably I've been in that position before too, like watching someone's videos and then growing up alongside them. But now I'm on the other side of the equation, which is weird. I've answered this one. Do you like memes? A few here and there, but probably not as much as some of you guys. Do you have any recommendations on what to do in Vancouver or near Whistler during winter? Planning a final snowboarding trip this winter with my buddies. Do I snowboard or ski myself? No, I've only gone skiing once or twice. I would love to try to go again. And no, man, Vancouver is like goddamn boring. There's nothing to do here. It rains a lot here. Like 70% of the year it's rain. So it's really hard to recommend going outdoors for anything. Have fun on your skiing trip. Other than games, are there any books, movies, or other media that you particularly enjoy/recommend? Yeah, you guys know about my gaming preferences already. Books? I'm a really boring book reader. And even though I would love to, I don't read nearly enough. But yeah, I only read like boring self-help or non-fiction books. So nothing good to recommend there. Movies, media? Oh, there is a book that I read that I thought was kind of interesting, but it's not in English, so I think that's hard to recommend. But it's called Initiation Love. It's a Japanese book, but they also came out with a movie that you can find online with English subtitles. This book is known widely in Japan because there is a very interesting plot twist that happens at the very end that changes the entire story that came before it. And in the movie, they tried to adapt that as well. Although they did have to do it a little bit differently because of technicalities. It's not like the greatest movie on earth, but if you want something with a bit of a twist and you want to think about it, try watching the movie Initiation Love. Like, I made my friends watch this and I told them that there is a plot twist, but none of them figured it out until it happened. So maybe you can watch it and you can try to figure it out too. And I saved this question for last on purpose. When is your next Q&A? Probably never, judging by how much effort this one took. And that is the last question. Oh, yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to ask me stuff. And after reading all of these questions and answering it, I wish I organized it a little bit better. Because you could see that I made mistakes in organization and didn't group it up as best I could. I'll have to do this a different way next time because this was a little bit messy. But hopefully you enjoyed learning a teeny little bit more about me. And yeah, thank you so much for sticking around this whole time. And I'll see you in the next one. I need a cup of water.